Well, welcome into high school game time, the only place for 30 minutes of high school football action from across Northeast Wisconsin. Now imagine for a moment Mike McCarthy wearing Viking purple. I know Packers fans have some experience with a player making that switch, but we're talking about coaches here, and that kind of move is what we saw in a big-time rivalry in the FRCC, packing your Pulaski bags, heading to rival Bayport. And that's why it's our high school game time game of the week. Bayport taking on the rival Red Raiders. Two good teams in this conference. Check it out. First play of the game after a kickoff. Look at this. This is quarterback Logan Szymanski pulling the okie doke, going 43 yards for the score. Pulaski leads 7-0. The Pirates, they would strike back. 4th and 1. Why not take it to the house? Alec Ingold goes 35 yards, ties it up at 7 apiece. The Pirates, well, they can pass it as well. How about Colton Peterson to a name that we're becoming familiar with here at high school game time? Peyton Armstrong. He's everywhere for Bayport. 36-yard touchdown. That made it 14-7 Bayport. The Pirates would roll. They would go on to win big in this one, 56-35. Prep expert Doug Ritchie at the game, catching up with a happy winning coach.
Here with Bayport coach Gary Westerman and his team trounces Pulaski tonight, 56-35 in our game of the week. Gary, how impressed were you with your kids tonight, the way they came out?
Our kids played well. You know, we had a hard time running the ball, especially early on. And so, I mean, that was disappointing. We had to throw the ball to move it. They're pretty physical inside and, you know, just struggled really blocking them at times. So, you know, just a real well-coached team and for us to be able to, you know, to put points on the board, you know, obviously we're happy about that.
Will Ingold, 5 rushing touchdowns tonight. Peyton Armstrong did some damage through the air and actually with his feet too. How good is this offense right now, only 2 weeks in?
You know, I mean, we're doing okay. You know, I mean, we still have things to clean up. So, but in terms of where we're at, I guess installing and stuff, you know, I was pretty happy. So.
Final thing, now you're 2-0. You've racked up 2 nice wins, big points too on the road. I know it's the quarter pole now in this season. How happy are you with your team right now, and how much farther do you think you can go?
You sure can never feel good about yourself, because then there's a letdown the next week. So Pulaski's his coaching staff is outstanding. You know, Coach Kennedy obviously has proven how good he is over the years, and you know, now we go and we play Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is an outstanding, you know, program as well. So in terms of what we do, you know, we have to, you know, we just can't have any letdown. So.
There you have it, Gary Westerman, the winning coach, and I got to apologize to him. He found out I picked Pulaski. This guy proved me wrong. Bayport wins 56-35. Back to the studio.
Elsewhere in the FRCC, we forgive you, Doug. Ashwaubenon playing Green Bay Southwest. Second quarter, Jake Gorzik plunges in for the score. Trojans up big, 29-6 already. Jaguars threatening early third. Stephen Kintz was there to pick off the pass. Athletic play in the end zone. Ashwaubenon's quarterback, well, he was in trouble. James Morgan dumps it up to Jake Zills. Look at this. He's going to do the rest, making some moves. Look at him go. That would make it 29-13. A little highlight, but not enough to get the win. Southwest goes on to run away 43-13. Staying in the FRCC, Notre Dame hosting Green Bay West in the first half. Triton's deep in Wildcat territory. Ben Hart carries it for the score. Triton's up 7-0. It didn't come easy for Notre Dame in the red zone. Isaac Searing with the catch. You'd think he's going in, but T.C. Carrington, nice D, keeping him out. Later on in the half, Notre Dame taken to the air. Sophomore quarterback Charlie Rotherham hits Ben Babinski for the deep pass. Every time we do a Notre Dame highlight, we get Ben Babinski in there. Notre Dame defense came to play as well. They get the win, 42-0. All right, Red Devils on the red carpet. Green Bay East hosting the Red Birds out of De Pere. Now check this out early. Blake Rutherford back to pass. Look at Evan Newhouse. Watch the concentration. Bobbles it and brings it in. That's a nice play. Keep an eye out for that in top 5 plays later on. 7-0 De Pere. Second drive, Redbirds did a lot of running. That's Rutherford sneaking it in behind that big O-line. 14-0. Some defense as well. Jimmy Shepard running. Alex Charneski, look at him go low on the tackle. And more De Pere offense. I mentioned that offensive line pushing the line of scrimmage back. Alex Herzog plows in for the score. De Pere wins it 31-7, picking up their first win. All right, elsewhere in the conference, fans fired up. Preble trying to go 2-0 on the season in the third quarter. Preble's Jake Wallenfang taking off. Look at big number 44 go. That is going on top, actually, 44-7, convenient with the jersey number. Next drive, Will Daniels would keep it on the option. Another long run, this one 57 yards. Preble just ripping off chunks of yardage. They win it 57-7 over Sheboygan South. All right, to the Bay Conference now. West De Pere looking to run their winning streak to 30 games, hosting O'Connell Falls. First quarter, Dom Conway takes the handoff. Gone. 7-0 Phantoms. I like this Conway guy. Just a couple games in, he's had some good plays. Now, Bill Turnquist, his guys can play the special teams. Keegan Wirtz takes it. He's gone. Got those long gloves on the punt return. West De Pere just rolling. It's Conway again. Dom Conway. I'm liking what I'm seeing on this guy. The screen pass from Matt to Baker. 26 points in the first quarter alone. West De Pere. Look at this score. Wins it 74-0. Elsewhere in the Bay, look at that, the CW14 Fox 11 Eye Black. I like it at Seymour, playing Luxembourg Casco. Thunder knocking on the door. Brett Portier rumbles in for the touchdown. Luxembourg Casco trying to come back. A little broken play here. No worries, though. Caleb Williams keeps it, takes it himself. That's a great play for a touchdown. Good heads-up play from Williams. Seymour, they were not finished, though. Low pass from Chris Wesolowski. Sandy Cohen, good touchdown grab. We know him from basketball. Last check in this one, 14-14 at halftime. Luxembourg Casco and Seymour. Well, good action from the FRCC and Bay conferences. Let's go now live to prep expert Doug Ritchie at Pulaski. We saw Bayport with a statement win. What do you think about the Pirates and the other early action tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, watching Bayport tonight, totally different team from last year. They weren't explosive last year at all. This year, Colton Peterson at quarterback, Peyton Armstrong at wide receiver, Alec Ingold at running back. They got a lot of answers. Ingold had 5 rushing touchdowns tonight. Armstrong looks like you can't defend the guy out on the perimeter. Peterson throws a good ball, 56 points. I guess that's our magic number for game of the week, 2 weeks in a row. West De Pere and Bayport with 56. And I'll tell you what, Pulaski, on the other hand, struggle a little bit, but they get 35 points up there, but they just fell behind way too much too early. A lot of points tonight. And I'll tell you what, Bayport is one of these teams. We've talked about Southwest being the favorite in this league. This is a good offense. It'll be really interesting to watch them go up against a really good defense.
Of the week. Well, Xavier opened their schedule last week, dating back to 1960, and for the 26th year, they'll play for a bowl named after their city in a way, of course, an important Eastern Valley game as well. It's the Apple Bowl. Fox Valley Lutheran taking on Xavier. This is FVL's Jacob O'Kane. Tosses to Mitchell Olsen for the score. FVL looking good. Xavier mustered 9 points, including a field goal. Had some good defense as well. They would get this one close at the end, nearly tied it up in the last seconds, but Fox Valley Lutheran gets the win 17-9 over their rivals from across town. Let's go to the Valley Football Association, another rivalry. Menasha hosting Nina. Second half, Dylan Sues with the nice run, but coughs it up. The Rockets pounce on it, recover the fumble. Sues made good a little bit later on in this game, as they ruled Nina had that one. Taking the carry up the middle, you see he's got 2 hands on the ball there. Nice spin through the line for the touchdown. Menasha goes on to get the win, 30-7 over Nina. Let's head to the OP Large now. Good game always between Roncalli and Kewanee. This is Roncalli's Joey McDonald going up the middle. Great blocking. He's running upright, but he's got that speed. A lot of power, nobody brought him down. Roncalli looking good. Second quarter, Alex Katz stretches the field for the touchdown run, able to walk in on his own. Roncalli goes on to get the win over Kewanee in a close game, 34-30. Well, those are the highlights from this evening, and we've given Doug a few seconds to let it all soak in. Let's give him one more. All right, let's go back live to prep expert Doug Ritchie now. Doug, you've seen them all. Your thoughts, final thoughts on week 2 of high school football.
I'll tell you what, lots of points scored this week. We had 56 here by Bayport. West De Pere, 74 points. You know, the games aren't that long. They're only 48 minutes long. That's unbelievable. I don't care who you play. But initial thought was Xavier and FVL. Xavier starts the season 0-2. I don't remember the last time they've done that. FVL, a nice win, 17-9. And a game we didn't mention, but I got to give props to Appleton East. They're out to a 2-0 start. Jared Jersley, 237 yards, 3 touchdowns for the Patriots tonight. maybe they're that sleeper team in the VFA we've been looking for outside of Appleton North and Kimberly. And then also I want to give a shout out to Notre Dame and quarterback Charlie Rotherham. I've known Charlie since he's been about this tall. He's done a nice job for Notre Dame. They're off to a nice start. Tritons, they get Bayport next week in a big game, so it's good to see Charlie doing a good job. Just a lot of points this week. And also Kewanee 0-2. Kewanee Xavier 0-2, really interesting stuff.
Really interesting. Doug, got a quick question for you. We saw Pulaski, a ranked team in the Fox 11 top 11. Your rankings fell. Who do we see move in there? Do we see Bayport, you think, real quick, cracking the top 11?
Well, I tell you what, the way Bayport played tonight, it's hard not to put them in there. I mean, 56 points this week, 31 last week, 2-0 in the FRCC. Gary Westerman's got them going in the right direction. They'll probably be somewhere in that top 11.